Patience is something you admire with the driver who is behind you, but you scorn it and you despise it with the driver ahead of you. For many of us, that's just a fact of the matter. But why we can contain it and why we're often not impatient when driving is because we know that going to a driving school is essential. Is still essential, is always going to be essential. One of the reasons why some people do not identify traffic signs on the roads is because they don't even know what they represent. They were not properly trained, they are not enlightened, they do not know the interpretation of those signs. It's in your best interest as guardians, as parents, to ensure that your wards and your children, when they turn 18 and want to get a driver's license, that they first go through a driving school. It's in our best interest also to leave home earlier, to drive slower, to arrive promptly, and that way we can all live longer. My name is Thelma Obaze. Welcome. It's Weekend Deal. Still talking about traffic signs, the violations, and the long-term implications. Patience.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I mean, is the implication actually long term?
It can be.
It's instant.
It can
most
be.
Times, yeah, you're right. But
If the deterrent and the fine has a heavy impact on your
exactly where
account.
I was going. I mean, yesterday our conversation started, and almost all the guests we had, I mean, it kept repeating that our laws are not strong enough.
It's time to bring body, mind, soul, spirit, put them in proper alignment. And of course, don't forget flexibility for those your joints. Let's do yoga with dip. Yes, dip on a lady.
Namaste.
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 Raise your knee, walk towards your trunk. Namaste. Hello to everyone. I am Diptiranjan Mohanty, a trained yoga teacher from High Commission of India, Abuja. She is Tinasi. Now we perform Setubandha Asana. Setubandha means bridge. So the posture name is Setubandha Asana or bridge pose. Before that, we should know the contraindication. Those who are suffering from peptic ulcer, heart disease, hernia, sciatica, high blood pressure, vertigo, they should avoid this posture. In case of pregnancy, women should avoid this posture. Now, outstretch your both legs, both feet together. Bring your both hands behind your back, 30 centimeter distance from your buttock. Finger pointing towards your back. Both hands should be straight, slightly lean back. Now breathe in, raise your buttock up, raise your trunk up, bend your neck back. Touch your both feet on the floor. Breathe out slowly, buttock down, trunk down. Breathe in, raise your buttock up, trunk up, straight your body. Hang your neck back. Make a bridge shape through your body. Maintain this posture as much as you comfortable. Now we'll do the variation. Turn your palms, finger pointing towards your body. Now fold your both leg. Both feet, separate your both feet up to shoulder width apart. Now breathe in, raise your trunk up, straight your body. Your trunk should be parallel to the floor. Hang your neck behind your back. Breathe out slowly down your bottom. This is one round. We should do this 5 times for general health. This asana strengthens the leg. It is beneficial to the nervous, digestive, respiratory, cardiovascular and glandular systems and helps to relieve various gynecological disorders. It generally strengthens the shoulders, thighs and wrists and also tones the lumbar region of the spine. Thanks for joining this yoga session. See you next time. Namaste. Raise your knee, walk towards your trunk.
Welcome back. After all the turning and stretching, let's take a breather by going on our first break.
We're talking about those traffic signs. They are there to work for you. They are there to work for all Nigerians who drive on the roads daily. Let it work for you. Let's see how our background feature will set the tone for our conversation today.
In bustling cities and towns across Nigeria, a concerning issue plagues our roads, which is traffic light violations. This seemingly commonplace act carries grave consequences, affecting not only the violators but also innocent lives on the streets. Law enforcement agencies play a pivotal role in curbing traffic light violations. Their vigilance and enforcement of traffic laws serve as a deterrent, reminding citizens of the importance of obeying signals that keep our roads safe. Enter the penalty points system and fines, a mechanism designed to hold traffic offenders accountable. By assigning penalty points and imposing fines, authorities aim to instill a sense of responsibility, ensuring the violators face tangible consequences for their actions. But how effective is this system? Based on the penalty point system, coupled with appropriate fines, has there truly been a significant reduction in traffic violations? Are citizens becoming more aware of the repercussions, thereby promoting safer road behavior? Are traffic enforcement agencies like VIO, FRSC, LASTMA, and other state regulators working optimally to ensure violators are brought to book? Technology stands as a powerful ally in curbing traffic light violations. Surveillance cameras and smart sensors help identify offenders, enabling law enforcement agencies to take swift action. This synergy between technology and law enforcement reinforces the importance of adhering to traffic signals. Now, let's look to the future. The future of traffic lights in Nigeria is promising. Regulatory warning and information signs will become more intuitive, guiding drivers effectively and enhancing road safety. Continuous advancements in technology will further optimize traffic management, ensuring smoother flow and reducing violations. In conclusion, raising awareness about traffic light violations is not just a necessity, it is a collective responsibility. By understanding the implications, appreciating the roles of law enforcement agencies, respecting the penalty point system, embracing technology, and anticipating the future of traffic lights, we can create safer roads for all Nigerians. Sit back and take the journey with us on this edition of Weekend Deal as we explore traffic light violations in Nigeria.
Welcome back. You know we have intersections, and when you get to intersections, they are contracting vehicular movement. It is only the traffic light that brings sanity to intersections. So please obey your traffic lights. Uju has put together a good story to buttress and to make our conversation richer. Let's watch.
Road traffic signs and lights, rules and regulations are tools for ensuring orderly use of roads by vehicular road users as well as pedestrians and animals. As we ply the road on Weekend Deal today, penalties for violating road traffic rules sits on our radar.
Do you know what you do? Because of what you did now, for you crossing that road like that, you sign this paper. This one will teach you a lesson. Sign this paper. Put your name here. I say you should sign this paper. I will take you to my office. So I don't have this time. Sign here. Yeah. Put your name. Put your signature here. This one will teach you a lesson. You're crossing the road like that. You. You can go. You can go. Can go.
Penalties for offending range from low to high charges. Lower charge offenses include light and sign violation, driving motorcycles without helmet, driving without seat belt, driving under 18 years. Offenders are expected to pay as low as 2,000 naira. Penalties vary though from state to state, ranging from 20,000 naira to 50,000 naira. Traveling this road, a knowledge of the traffic codes, rules and regulations will keep the penalties and fines away.
You don't know what this money would have done for me today. They don't know. You can't imagine what happened to me today. You can't imagine what happened to me today.
Calm down. What do you need?
Just for me to cross simple road like this, they say I should come and pay fine. They collected 2,000.
Are you sure you crossed the right way? Did you obey the road rule?
Which one is crossing the right way again now? I was already somewhere now, so I said let me just quickly run and cross.
You were hurrying?
Yes.
Of course, that's why you had to pay for the penalty. You don't know you are supposed to obey the zebra crossing. Or if there's no zebra crossing, you look for where there's pedestrian bridge and cross the highway. I'm going to send you those road rules now. Make sure you study them.
Do well to deal wisely as you travel the roads. Learn the codes. Put them to heart. It is Weekend Deal on the network service of NTA.
It will be important and very critical for you, especially in this moment, this celebration season, Yuletide. The frenzy on our roads is something else entirely, and it behoves each one of us to take our safety into consideration daily as we leave home. Take off early. When you're on the roads, drive slowly. Prepare to arrive safe when you take the necessary precautions. You're watching Weekend Deal. Our first guest is here, and we get to see his profile now. He is Usman Adaji. We're talking about road safety. Already our guest is here, and we're already rubbing minds together because everyone wants to know what is new, what is going to be proactive measures that will be taken on our roads this December. Let's welcome Engineer Usman Adaji. Great to have you with us, Road Safety Marshal.
It's nice to be here again.
Special one for that matter.
Yes, and like I was telling you behind the camera, we'll miss your morning aerobic.
Oh,
yeah.
Come back to it
Wow.
again.
Patience was even suggesting to me that it's something that both of us can take up next year.
Do
So
I look
we're
like-
rubbing minds.
Do I look like someone that can do? No, let's even say to me. Do I look like someone that can do aerobics?
Of course, why not?
What do you look like?
Why not?
You look
Where do I
ready.
start from?
Radiant.
All you need is just your
Fully
pair of
ready and
trainers,
prepared.
you know, and we get set.
I will learn from her.
Okay, that's fine.
Great to have you with us today.
Good morning.
You know that when we're talking about this traffic violations and implications, we've already set the tone since yesterday that the deterrent is not strong enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't make violators rethink the way they move on the roads. So we're not asking you now, as a special road safety marshal, what special measures, ingenious ones, are you taking this December? Is the same happening, even worse?
I'm telling you, well, I think I have said the time without number that all this is associated with attitude. Nigerians' attitude when it comes to the use of road is unbecoming. It's like a menace. It's like a disease. It's a thing that we've done so much to see how we can curb this menace. But unfortunately, the trend keeps growing on a daily basis. Well, first and foremost, we have done so much as road safety, not just as road safety, all the traffic agencies are on top of their game to ensure that this is curbed. First, we have taken sensitization to the various parks, various companies. In fact, as a matter of fact, we undergo what we call training of drivers by the road safety. All establishments in Nigeria are expected that in intervals of 6 months or 1 year as the case may be, their drivers are brought forth for training. But most times people run away from such responsibility. I mean, why do we need to commit 10 naira, 20 naira for the drivers training? You are not paying the road safety. Sponsor your drivers, bring them forth and let's give them, tell them, let them know what they need to know about the use of Nigerian roads. Well, that is just by the way. The problem we have, like I said from the very beginning, is the problem of attitude. Now, and this attitude cut across the drivers themselves, the commuters,
Pedestrians.
of course, and of course the agencies responsible.
Yeah.
We cannot, dissociate ourselves and every other person. In every organization, you must have certain Judas. Judas such that cut corners. And then, now, if you must obtain a driver's license to be fully licensed to drive on our Nigerian roads, the road safety, the VIOs, and other agencies have laid down rules. You must pass through this rule. You must be trained. I recall vividly, sometimes in 1982, I started driving as far back as 82. Now, I remember then that I was subjected to driving tests. A VIO, because then it was this push stick. We were not having automatic vehicle. Manual. So after the training, the VIO man took me for a road test and then took me to a slope and asked me to turn. And when I turned, he brought me to a steep hill and asked me to wait. I was right there at the steep hill. And after a while, he said, move. What he was waiting to see is, was this vehicle going to roll back or was this man going to move? Now, at that point that I was at that steep hill, I had no business any longer with the brake. I need to strike a balance between the clutch and the throttle. There must be a balance. That is where the vehicle waits. Now, if you are made to move, all you need to do is to engage a little pressure on that throttle and then release a little from the clutch, and then you move without rolling back. But if you have your leg on that brake and then on the clutch, if you're asked to move, between the time you're going to move your leg from that brake to the throttle there, the vehicle, of course, certainly will roll back. Now, he had done this to know if I have an understanding of what it takes to move and then come to places like this. A lot of people don't know this. Now, it brings me to this point, that our people, road users, have failed completely to undergo trainings that permits them to drive on the road. You wake up, we get driver's license not because we want to be licensed to drive, but because we want to use it at the bank. Now, please let us see means of identification, and then you present.
You just present
and
it.
that is that. But that is not really the aim. If that man there is to be arrested, and of course successfully arrested and then brought, certain persons will come out and say fundamental human right.
It's being breached.
Yes, you begin to face a lot of issues. So that is why I said from the very beginning that all hands must be on deck if we must get this thing right. Now, somebody will also tell you, you are meant to use a pedestrian bridge.
Yes.
You cross from this end through this to the other end. a man prefers to run across the road rather than walk for like probably 10 meters or 15 meters to the pedestrian grid.
Fact.
Got across and then come this way.
Fact.
He prefers to run across the road. Now, the stress is there.
Yes.
He's taking risk. He's going to jump a barricade.
Yes.
Sometimes the women wear these miniskirts and then they have to run over the barricade, exposing themselves to other persons on the road. Now, why do you need to do this? When you can stresslessly use the pedestrian bridge and then you come down
Please,
on the other
before you finish, are the pedestrian bridges safe? I want you to talk about it because I want to imagine there's a reason why they're not. I'm just imagining in my head.
Yes.
Are they safe? Are things happening on the pedestrian bridges that's making Nigerians...
That is not public knowledge.
Not public knowledge. That is making Nigerians afraid of them.
You are aware as good as I am that pedestrian bridges these days are turned to business centers.
Okay.
There are business areas. The government has done so much to ensure that they, vacate all the users of those bridges.
Okay.
If anything ugly is happening on those bridges, those people won't be safe to be on that bridge to transact their business in the first place. Now, check most of our pedestrian bridges. At night, there are lights.
Okay.
Oh, good.
It's illuminated. So it's not in darkness that you will say somebody can be molested or anything can happen there without. And most times, how many people use the pedestrian bridge at night? It's usually during the daytime.
Yes,
going to the offices.
The amazing thing is, like, if a woman is carrying her baby, like some we saw yesterday, when they get to the middle, they'll slow down because panic has set in. That means you are aware that what you are doing is not even right. They will panic. They'll look left, look right, and they'll still stall. You, the car owner, will now slow down or even stop
for
so
them
that
to
they will
cross the
safely
road.
cross.
Do you know that so many persons, perhaps who would have been saviors, in quote, known to God anyway, probably become senators tomorrow, president tomorrow, have been killed as a result of
so many
running
stories.
across the road.
So many stories.
So it's a whole lot of issues. We have a lot of NGOs that are collaborating with the road safety, with other sister agencies, to ensure that we do what we can.
We do the right
thing. Do the right thing. But how far can we go?
But we must go far. We must go far. Lives are on the line,
Honestly,
and we are Nigerians. We know that if we are able to penetrate that brilliant mind of this naysayers who do these things, once they understand fully that the pedestrian bridge is safe, it's available, it was built for them, it's not owned by government. Government has handed it over really to us, and we can use it. I strongly believe that more people will use this.
I think there is need for the court to come in. Establish mobile courts intermittently.
We asked the CP yesterday about mobile courts.
Arrest these people, instant justice.
Instant justice.
We need to send them to prison. Do that. We need to find them. Do that. And once this begins to happen, it will serve as deterrent to others.
Once you mention prison, people will freeze. I think that can give us the result that we are hoping for. I will also share more ideas with you when we come back. But for now, we need to go to Port Harcourt, and their focus now is the fines. Patience has reiterated over and over that the fines, the way Nigerians see it, dip your hand in your pocket, bring it out, 2K. I can pay for 5 years, take the money. But Port Harcourt, tell us, what did your research thrust up?
Quite unfortunate, this tanker over here broke down this morning. And as you can see, the driver is trying to fix the vehicle to avert the situation. But things seem not to be moving out smoothly as vehicles are finding it actually difficult to traverse this road into the Aba road. Obviously, the situation in this case is worse because the truck driver did not place any traffic or caution sign.
This in the disturb us, I beg. The waste our fuel. This in the waste our fuel, oh. I beg. Me try help us. Me try walk this motor come out for road.
The traffic lights and road signs play a vital role in the orderly flow of vehicular and pedestrian movements. Knowing and obeying traffic rules will help the city be traffic-free, but little wonder why road users disobey these rules.
See what they face for Port Harcourt. Tanker go spoil, they no go come out time.
Actually, drivers drive very reckless. Understand? I tell you, they doesn't obey the traffic rule.
You hit my car, even in the attempt to even ask them to back out of the road to allow traffic to flow, they will say no, they will not allow that.
In order to maintain orderliness, protect lives and properties, the violation of these laws Rules and regulations attract fines and penalties depending on the degree of the traffic offense committed.
Last fine is 2,000 naira fine. If you are caught, even if I raise my hand as a marshal on the road to stop you and you don't stop, make sure your tires are in order. All the 4 tires are in order, including the spare, because the spare tire is your spare life. Then follow that is, please, if you must drink, don't drive.
How effective are some of the fines and laws for traffic violators in the city of Port Harcourt?
Actually, penalty point is a kind of a cumulative point where if you commit an offense today, let's say for instance, you committed the offense of attempting to corrupt marshal on duty. If you check our booking sheet, the penalty point there is 10. And meaning, if you commit another offense another time again, we'll look at the penalty point again and add it to this one. So that at the end of the day, by the time you reach 2025, you understand, your license is supposed to be punched, meaning you have exceeded the penalty point, and so you are now running into a danger zone. You are likely going to cause crashes on the highway. So that is how the penalty point is supposed to work, actually, when it comes to the issue of road safety.
The task force under my command, we have made so many impacts on members of the public. We have been giving orientations on how to behave. Actually, in this part of the world, we derive joy in the breaking of the law. We derive joy in flouting the orders of the government. Like in River State and Port Harcourt, the flyovers, which are very beautiful in appearance, they beautify the area. Some group of boys will just form motor park and drivers will obey them. They will be loading under the street, and we have been dealing with those people. We have charged many of them to court for flouting such orders. So we are still on it. It is not yet over. It is, the people are still misbehaving on the road. Hence our day-to-day activities on them. And drivers too should know where to park vehicles. You cannot just park anywhere because you want to make your 1 naira or 2 naira, or as the case may be, at the detriment of others. Don't disobey the government's order. Because if you are caught, you will definitely be dealt with.
Road signs are meant for safety on our roads and should be immediately recognizable. It is imperative that we remain law-abiding citizens on our roads at all times.
Okay, thank you, Port Harcourt. I tell Madam I was screaming, Mafuelo, you're wasting on yourself on
that's
the road.
a very important issue.
Okay, so our guest is still here. We have some questions. Thank you for sending in your questions. Engineer, we have a question here, and the person said, what's the difference between police and road safety on our highways? And please, when you're sending your questions, let know where you're writing from and your name. Yeah. It is very important. Okay. Okay, so tell us.
That's a vast difference.
Okay.
The police have a lot of jobs to do. Okay. They carry out what we call enforcement. Okay. They carry out arrests of criminals. Yeah. Road safety does not arrest criminals.
On the roads, as far as the roads are concerned.
Yes, of course, on the roads, there is a department in the police formation that is called traffic department. Yeah. It's a department. It's not the whole police end. It's a department that is a traffic department. Those ones are there to assist in ensuring that our roads are safe of issue of traffic, just like the road safety does. Now, even looking at the combination of these agencies, apart from even them, even the VIOs, the police, and the road safety, bring them together. It's still a far cry from what we need to
curb the issue of traffic in Nigeria. But is there a harmonious working relationship,
you know? They are all working together? They are all working together.
Harmoniously?
Harmoniously, they are working together. The issue of not working together is a thing of the past. Okay. They have had an understanding and know that they are doing the same thing, trying to ensure that our roads are safe of accidents, of unnecessary incidents that could claim lives. Of course, can be dangerous to human lives. So they are all working together in one
Harmoniously.
accord, harmoniously.
But you know, this December, like we tried to bring it up earlier with engineer John yesterday.
Okay.
Every year we know there'll be frenzy at this time.
Yeah.
But each year we find that cities, especially urban centers,
Yeah.
are getting fuller. We have more people that will be in the city during Yuletide at this time. Areas that were bereft of people last year, we're seeing crowds this year by the second half of the month. I asked you earlier, what would be the ingenious moves that the special marshals will bring to the table this year to ensure that our roads are safe and we can be proactive?
Yes, you see, I was nodding in disagreement when you said we're going to have more people troop into the urban areas during the Yuletide period.
You're not trooping, they've already trooped in.
They've trooped in. Maybe those who are coming into the urban areas are those who are coming from abroad, because to the best of my knowledge, people are moving out of the urban areas, especially during the Christmas period.
Yeah.
It's the long holidays and everybody will want to move out. So we will be talking more on the traffics out of the urban cities. You know, moving out of Abuja, we have almost about 3 or 4 outlets now out of Abuja, going to Kaduna, to Kogi, to Nasarawa, and through the Nasarawa end, there are almost about 2 ends. So that is that. But to answer your question, now what we do every year is that there's what we call Operation Zero in road safety. Nobody is left in the office. Nobody, no matter your rank. Apart from even the commercial himself, you understand, also have a place to supervise. They go out of the office, they send everybody, the special marshals, the regular marshals, the timetable is prepared probably from the 10th of December to 15th of January. Okay? All hands are on deck. In fact, no granting of leave, nothing.
Everybody's working
Everybody is working assiduously. So we have
that in common patience with the NTA.
So
everybody goes on leave.
Nobody goes on leave. We are here.
And that's what we do. All these are aimed at ensuring that your fear is properly taken care of. And we also do this. Anywhere we see that, we discover that on a yearly basis, there are multitudes of Nigerians trooping in and out where there are events and all whatnot. We try to also make sure that we have full traffic controls and presence of our men.
Send extra men there. Okay, that will be your last comment, Patience.
Questions are coming in. Questions are coming again. Somebody says, my name is Abdullahi from Iberin KB. My question is that what is the difference between road safety and VIO?
Well, the
difference relating to
traffic control, whichever way they come, the VIOs, like the name goes, vehicle inspection officers, they are domiciled within the states. Every state has its own formation. It's a state formation.
What are they supposed to do on the road?
To control traffic. You understand? Ensure that road traffic are controlled. The VIOs, they are expected to inspect vehicles. Vehicles that are not roadworthy are not supposed to be on the roads.
Does that include checking, asking you to bring your...
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Don't forget also that there are also revenue generation departments. Now, how do they generate revenues for the various states? Now, in terms of, what do we call it? The issuance of vehicle papers, vehicle documents, revenues are generated to that point, and they ensure that every vehicle that is on Nigerian roads is roadworthy with regards to all the necessary documents, and of course, the worthiness of the road of the vehicle itself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Engineer Usman Adadi, always great to have you with us on Weekend Deal. You really light the fire.
Thank you.
We know that because of the hard work that you and your colleagues are doing out there, Nigerians can rest a little. But of course, we continue to stay alert on our roads every time. Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Thank you for being a part
always coming
of the
conversation.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to all of you.
Thank you.
We are here. Send our Christmas rice.
Don't forget those shirts. Don't forget the blue shoes. And then the shirt.
No problem.
Okay, it's time to go to Uyo. Road signs are the focus there. Please share.
Road signs are essential for the safety and well-being of both drivers and road users, as they provide clear direction to ensure a smoother and safer journey. Typical road users include pedestrians, cyclists, motorists, vehicle passengers, and passengers of on-road public transport.
Road signs are those physical features you find as you travel along the road that are either mounted or pasted that gives certain instruction to every road user on certain facilities as he or she travels along.
I don't really know road signs, though I've been seeing some. Sometimes I use my initiatives to know what it means.
There are many road signs that I know, but notably among them, the stop sign, that one that orders people to stop and waits for the other vehicle to give way so that you may not have a crash.
Zebra crossing, U-turn, narrow bridge.
There is a stop for pedestrian crossing, and that one they mark dots. So it tells you as you're approaching that road sign, you have, if you were on speed, you have to slow down gently, so that if there is any pedestrian crossing, the person will be able to pass without having accident.
Road signs are mounted in specific areas to guide and direct road users to ensure safety. Proper use of road signs helps to avoid unforeseen danger as well as inform one of alternative routes, avoid congested traffic, and instill better road discipline.
Road signs is very, very important, and the obedience to road signs in particular is what every driver must adhere to, because if you obey road signs, it will give us good movements that everybody would understand what to do and do the right thing.
The road sign is like a road map that leads people to successes during driving. It is there to avoid drivers driving wrongly, to have accident.
There are many obstacles and dangers on the road that can cause harm and put both drivers and passengers at risk. One of such obstacles is the dangers of driving one way.
One-way driving, as is commonly called, is what we call driving against traffic or wrong-way drive. Driving against traffic is a very dangerous thing. That is why you see a whole lot of cases of hit and run, people being knocked down on the road.
Based on the way our Nigerian road looks like, many understand, but you see many apply one way.
There's no cogent reason, just that maybe they are in a haze of rushing, but I don't see why people should be rushing.
So many at times people do it because of ignorance, some do it because they want to engage in shortcuts, others do it perhaps because there are no law enforcers on the road, and for that reason so they feel they can do it and nothing will happen to them.
Some Nigerians are usually in a hurry and always looking for shortcuts, thereby violating road signs. When road signs rules and regulations are ignored, a clash is bound to occur.
People violate road signs, and before you know it, they have got engaged in one road traffic crash or the other. Oftentimes it will even lead to fatality.
Road safety is a shared responsibility. Adhering to traffic laws and staying vigilant on our roads can reduce clashes and save lives. So, stay alive, stay safe, obey traffic rules.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is Weekend Deal coming to you from the network service of the NTA. It's been all about our safety on our roads. We'll go on a break. When we come back, our next guest will join the conversation.
You're watching Weekend Deal. It's always great to have you, especially as you're sharing your experiences to lend credence to this conversation, talking about traffic lights, road signs, and violations, which many of us are causing out there on the roads on the daily basis. That's why our expert here would tell us why not to continue to do so in our best healthy interest. Adekunle David Adegbowagun is a road safety expert. We'll get to meet him. Okay, David is here. Great to have you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And very interesting conversation we were having earlier. When we talk about the United Nations Decade for Action, how will that impact Nigeria, our road safety, and by association, all those who use the roads?
Yes, the Decade of Action on Road Safety and Injury Prevention has been on since 2011. And of course, last week we just had a presentation of a report of how countries have been doing in contributing to this reduction of road traffic deaths. And of course, worldwide, because we had the first decade of action that ran from 2011 to 2021, and because we could not meet that reduction by 50%, we had to, the United Nations had to extend the decade of action from 2021 to 2030 to see how we can reduce this.
Just for Nigeria
No,
or several
worldwide.
other
It's a
countries?
worldwide. No, it's a worldwide.
No, I mean, how many countries couldn't meet that on the 50%?
If I tell you, it's just 10 countries in the world that met 50% reduction.
Only 10
worldwide.
countries.
Just 10. And we had just 10% reduction from 2021 report. And of course, just 10 countries, and they are Euro-based. And it's a world, it's a global phenomenon of, and of course, this road safety we're talking about is the #1 killer of young people between the age of 5 to 29.
Wow.
All right, and the major cause of death and disability for people who are the right working age. So it's not just a thing we talk, it's a national issue, it's an economic issue, it's something that we should declare a state of emergency on so that we can stop the death of our young people on our roads.
We must bring it to the front burner.
Yes.
Okay, you said something when we were talking behind, during the commercial. You said you're interested, Abi, in road signs and road signs violation and all.
Yes.
And then there's a question here. I'm going to go directly to the question. Say, good morning, Weekend Deal. I am Sahid Sani from Guzape. Talking about zebra crossing and pedestrian bridges, I had an experience with a taxi driver yesterday. When I tried to use a zebra crossing, I nearly got killed. What is it about Nigeria that drivers don't respect zebra crossing? Is that we don't know about it, or there's not enough advocacy out there for drivers to actually stop at zebra crossing?
I think, thank you for that question. It's actually basically a multi-pronged problem, in the sense that one, like the earlier speaker just said, is an attitude problem. Two, like one of the presenters said, Nigerian seems to break laws for a living. We love breaking laws. It's not, the awareness is there. People know that. If you go to primary school, you know, zebra crossing.
They are being taught already.
They're being taught, and of course, respect the pedestrian. I think one of the notion most drivers, especially drivers in Nigeria, they felt roads are built for cars. Roads are built for people, not cars.
I like that.
And of course, when you look at who are road users, there are different classification of road users. All right, so you have your pedestrians, you have your cyclists, you have your
commuters,
and of course your normal car drivers, your truck drivers. They're all road users. And of course, when you talk about pedestrians, there are two types. You have the infants, the children who needs assistance to cross. You have the elderly. You have the able people who can cross the road. I have an incident one certain time, more than 2 or 3 occasions, when I need to cross the road, and I decided to say, look, okay, first is Uye. I was trying to cross from zone 7 to get something at Uye, and I said, okay, let me just walk down. And when I got there, a friend of mine said, let's just cross the road. And I said, no, look at this, there's a pedestrian bridge. I just need to walk some 20 meters and cross and walk back. No, the guy now said, no, about you mumu now. Why you cross the road like a normal person? I said, first, and now to the guy, look, I have my step counter. I need to meet 10,000 steps. It helps me to make that 10,000 steps and make the exercise and help my heart. I've been sitting there all day. Let me just take that stretch. Let's do that at least for our health.
So you did that?
Yes. And of course, people understand the concept of walking. That taking that extra walk also help your health. All right, it helps you to burn some calories. Helps you to be healthy.
You are better.
And of
in
course,
fact, mental stability.
Exactly.
But I want to ask you something about this pedestrian bridge and pedestrian crossing. You know, there's a time we see the light illuminates when pedestrians can cross.
Yes.
We have the red, amber, then the green.
And then
we have the pedestrian sign that illuminates.
Yes.
But sometimes people want to cross and that sign is not illuminated. Oughtn't drivers to wait even then? Because sometimes you see a group of children led by an elder, maybe a parent, one guardian is leading 6, 7 children across.
Yes.
But it's not their time because they are not illuminated. But oftentimes we stop. How ought it to work so that they understand, we who use the road, we also understand?
And that's why it still goes back to education and re-education of our drivers, in case they forget. And to understand that the road is just not meant for you. this poor child crossing the road to have access and have rights to road and to cross to the other side of the road also. So it's just being human first. Let's be human first to say there's a child, a kid 7 to maybe 10 years, and an elderly person who is on a walking stick who wants to get to the other side. It's just human for you to say, look, let me stop. And in case the other cars at the back might not see, I can actually flag them down that, look, this woman needs to cross to the other side of the road to allow them access to the other side of the road. And of course, it still goes back the way we construct our roads. And if you look at countries who met this target of, reducing this road accident, is the kind of system they built in. Thank God yesterday you have on set a very interesting young man who has been doing a lot in the area of advocacy of bicycle mobility for people. That we talk about urban mobility. It goes the way we construct our road. To say, look, these are road users. Do they have access to road? Because the way when we talk about the safe system approach, it starts from the construction of the road to allow priority first to pedestrians. All right. Second priority goes to non-motorized transport system, bicycle and the rest. Then, of course, the third priority goes to what? Urban mass transit system. Then, of course, the last priority in the system of urban mobility goes to car. Of course.
Meanwhile, the car owners want to take first.
Yeah.
So they are number 4.
it is how we construct the road that will give them first priority on the use of road. And of course, the safe system approach, when we talk about safe system approach in road design and everything, it means we want to see human being that no matter we preach to human being to change, they will not change. And they're like babies. You have like your toddlers at home that don't do that, they want to do that. And of course, that is where you want to as a normal responsible adult, you want to baby-proof your house. All right, baby-proof, like edges that are sharp, you want to put plastic so that they won't run and eat it. You want to save your water system so that they won't go and drink water from the water closet. So that is how it is. An adult is more adult, like you can't be an adult like that. You take them like a baby. And so what you want to do is to baby-proof your road.
Okay, baby-proof your road.
Baby-proof your road.
That's a new one.
That's a new dimension.
Baby-proof.
Yes.
I hear of baby-proof your house, baby-proof your road.
And your car.
Your cars.
The adults will always behave like a children.
Okay, hold it, Mr. David. Let's go to Calabar, where they're looking at traffic light violations in Nigeria.
The existence of traffic lights have saved lives and continually made commuting easy and safe for road users since its inception in the 19th century. The light symbols are instructional, telling the road user what to do and when. While the red light means stop, the green means go. The amber light indicates to clear the road as the user slows down and is ready to stop. Road signs are practical manuals for road commuters. The signs are instructional and directional to save lives and cause free flow of traffic on our roads.
Road signs are road furniture mounted on the road. Number 1, to inform road users, guide them, and regulate traffic. Traffic cannot be regulated perfectly without guide, and the guides on the road are the road signs. And once a driver or any road user have full knowledge of road signs, not just identifying them, but being able to interpret them, such a road user will be a perfect driver on the road.
The zebra crossing sign cannot be left out. Zebra crossing is a road sign that helps the pedestrians in road crossing without traffic obstruction.
The rule of zebra crossing is that the pedestrian must stand on the line before you can stop. If you are not standing on the line, you are not indicating the intention that you want to cross. So that is wrong. So as a driver, once you see somebody standing already on that line, you are supposed to stop.
Until when it is safe and convenient for you to move, then you move on. Number 2, police checkpoint. You are highly prohibited not to come from behind and overtake other cars queuing up to have their cars checked by the police. Yes, sometimes it's taxing. The police might ask you, open your boot after seeing your particulars. Sometimes they even go to the extent of wanting to see the contents in your bag. Please do so.
If the traffic light and road signs instructions are not adhered to, there are certain implications. After knowing all this, are there still Nigerians who violate the rules?
It's a very small percentage of Nigerians who adhere to traffic regulations and road signs, in the sense that so many, even though those who are aware, still don't obey the traffic rules and regulations. Some, like motorcyclists, overtake cars at their right. They don't give way to the left. Whenever they are on roundabout, they don't give way to the left. Even when they know that the incoming vehicle that has the right to the left, they still struggle the way in to overtake even at the roundabout.
You might want to, you see zebra crossing, you want to observe it, and you see a mad driver coming there who doesn't seem to notice anything, and you might be the one at fault, or it will seem you are the one at fault. But sincerely, we don't observe it, or should I say we don't obey it.
Always rushing to God knows where. Not observing the pedestrians that are actually crossing the roads. Not even observing the people that are actually guiding them on how to move their cars and how to park. Just drive carelessly, like they don't even observe the rules. So regulations here in Cross River, in Nigeria to be precise, is not being observed.
Some road users are very, very careless, and also the drivers too, they are very, very careless too. It almost happened to me on the same road. I was trying to cross and the vehicle was about to hit me. So what I've observed about this municipality is that the road users and the drivers and everyone using the road are not careful.
The road talks to us through the signs. We need to listen to save lives.
It was interesting to visit Cali today, and our guest's been talking about Obudu Ranch and Tinapa. It says we need to revive them, that at a time like this, I would have been a money spinner for the country. People would have been traveling locally and internationally to those resorts. But let's come back to our road signs, our focal point. We saw somebody, an instructor, trying to share knowledge with people over there. I know that many people nationwide who didn't go to driving schools don't fully comprehend what the signs even mean.
Yes.
People just come erect them and expect every road user to understand.
Yes.
Road safety expert.
Now, let's talk about the road signs. There are different kind of road signs, and they have different implications and meaning on the road.
Okay.
We have what we call mandatory road signs, regulatory road signs, informational road signs. Now, informational road signs tells you, oh, you're approaching a junction 50 kilometers to this place, or there's a rest area here, there's a mechanic here, a ferry junction here. Those are informational. Now, you have what we call the mandatory and regulatory. Now, regulatory is telling you, like, when you're on the road, it's telling you on this road, the maximum speed allowed on this road is 50 kilometers per hour. You don't exceed that speed. If you exceed it, all right, this is the fine. All right, those are regulatory. This is how you drive on this road. Okay, on this road, it is one-way traffic. You don't go into this road and you just, you can't drive across. You do that based on that regulatory form of the road. And if you contravene that, the law you'll be punished by the law. And of course, you can have what we call informational road signs that tells you, okay, on this road, the road is actually, is bendy, bent from here or the right or from the left, or you have be careful. The hazard on the road, like maybe slippery road, or rock might be falling, or narrow road, or okay, as you're going onto this road, it's going to be narrow, or as you go to this road, there's a narrow bridge. So these are different road signs you have on the road to guide you, and of course to give you information. Like, you see, when you look at road, or like every transportation system, it's a component.
Yes.
It's a different parts. Now you're driving the motive and the carrying unit, so you need information. Just as the pilot flying a plane, or a sea captain on the sea, get information from other information.
Do we have adequate road signs nationwide?
That's the problem we are facing. Most states, apart from the state capital, which are maybe the CBDs of the state capitals, you don't really get enough.
Yes,
that's
because
central business districts.
Because somebody from Abuja just wrote, said Shola Akiwande from Abuja, that there they don't have enough road signs. The road traffic lights are not obeyed by Okadas and taxi drivers. And when they have traffic lights, nobody obeys them in Abuja. So the officers in Abuja, you need to bring on your A game and ensure that road signs and traffic lights are obeyed.
Exactly.
Yes.
When we talk about even the green, which is to go, it is to go when it is safe. Not just go.
So what you are telling us today is that beyond understanding those signs, it's not about claiming right as well.
Yes.
You must do what will save lives.
Safety first.
What about road demarcations? Where are we with that?
Now, the road demarcations we have, because of one of the major issues we have, especially at state level, because of funding, the concept of maintenance of our road signs and signals, especially when they fade south. Example we give you, even in our city capital, we see in the heart of the city, some of the road paintings are actually faded out. And that is where we will actually call government to please, maintain. And of course, if we know we can't maintain from the fund, the concept of road tolling, so that we can actually do the road maintenance on those roads will help, to raise fund for that. We know it's seriously expensive to do this kind of project.
And do it well.
And do it well. That's where the problem is. And of course, we can't leave it all for government. There are other places one can actually raise funds from private sector to assist government in actually maintaining our road and ensuring that these road signs and signals are there. You can buy and donate.
Okay. We need to rest the conversation
so now,
Yes, we need to go on a break. But let's thank you first.
No, let's just hold on. Let's go on a break. When we come back, our show is still on, so don't go away. Okay, so let's take some messages. Thank you so much. Your messages are coming in. Somebody says, good morning to you presenters and Nigerians. It's unfortunate that majority of Nigerians don't obey simple traffic laws. There is a need for total reorientation on our road for the signs and its significance for better road use. This is Salisu Tale from Kano. Thank you, Salisu. Okay, I'll take this in Gombe. Nobody obeys the signs. We keep saying this. Yes, it starts from us. I'll repeat it again. Tama says, be the change
that you
want to see. Let's start by doing the right things. If we start it one person at a time, our roads will be safer and saner.
But we will not allow us, to forget the important message we're passing on today, which is be the change that you seek out there. And Engineer John said we can all hold illuminated red cards. If someone by you is doing something wrong on the road,
show them
violating the traffic rules, show them the red card. And the more red cards they get,
the more conscious they get, and they will do the right thing.
Okay, God bless Nigeria, girl.
God bless you. Goodbye.